وبه نستعين نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسول الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, how is everyone doing? Allah Ta'ala accept, Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. How fortunate we are that we could make our salah in jama'ah. And as we hear the messages are going around, everybody is fearing that tomorrow, subhanallah, there's going to be weather that is unlike weather that we've noticed before. But this is the decree of Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala shows us that I'm in control of everything and you are not in control of absolutely nothing. And this is how great the power and the might of our beloved Allah Ta'ala is. And if we cannot see that these trials and these tribulations that Allah placed upon us is trying, Allah Ta'ala Himself trying to bring us close to Him, then what, Jama'at al-Muslimin? As we've mentioned in the past, Allah Ta'ala brought a pandemic upon us. But look at the masjid. If you look at the masjid, it's empty. The masajid should be filled. Because Allah Ta'ala tested us with such a thing that happened in the past when, in the time of the Sahaba, it happened. What happened? Their iman, Allah Ta'ala raised the iman. Zadathum iman. Can you imagine, right? A few years ago we said, we are going to work. We are going to work. Now, we are going to work where? From this room to that room. We're sitting still in our homes and we're working. Ajib, how time has evolved. Right? And now, subhanallah, because of a little bit of weather conditions, what's happening? We are fearing, we are closing our businesses, we are closing. Okay, I don't know if the businesses are closing, but the madaris, the schools are closing, our education systems are shutting down. And what are we going to do? We are just going to sleep late. Is it true? What are we going to do? We're going to sleep late. Subhanallah, we have another extra day to sleep late. But this is time that Allah is teaching us that you must turn to me. I want you to turn to me because this is a sign that I'm giving you of my power and my might. Subhanallah, may Allah Ta'ala grant us the understanding that we should be of those when we hear and we see of these signs, it brings us closer to Allah Ta'ala. We are in a month, Jamaatul Muslimin, where Allah Ta'ala's rahmat again, and Allah's barakat again, and Allah's gifts that Allah gift out throughout the years, but specifically in specific times, we are in such a month where Allah is going to dish out some of His nafahat, of His openings for us. How many of us are searching for that openings? Where Allah can open for us our rizq. Allah can open for us our rahmah. Allah can open for us that our family life can become better. Allah can open for us whereby we can become better fathers, and we can become better mothers, and we can become better neighbors. And this is where we learn from the best of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation, uswatun hasana, Sayyiduna wa Mawlana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was the cream of the crop. There will never ever be a person like Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam again. And there was never ever a person like Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jamaatul Muslimin, this is somebody, and this is a creation of Allah Ta'ala that we should strive to get to know. How much do we know about him? How much do we know about his life? How much do we know about his Sahaba? How much do we know about his character? Allahu Akbar, Jamaatul Muslimin. I promise, and I always, when I have a conversation with those who are not Muslim, I say, Wallahi, you think every thought that you have, but I guarantee you, and I challenge you, read about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and learn about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I promise you and I challenge you that you will get to love this person. This person called Muhammad, even though you don't believe in him, but if you read about him, you will get to love him. Look at the Guinness Book of World Records. A non-Muslim, Michael Hart, he had to come about and he had to do a survey. And what did he say? Who is the most influential person in the whole entire world for all times? He is not a Muslim. He is not a Muslim. He is a non-Muslim. By the way, he is a Christian. He was massacred by the Christians afterwards. He was attacked because how can you make a statement like that? You should have said Jesus. He said, even if I can't, I've researched Jesus and I've researched Muhammad. And Muhammad is the greatest individual ever to have walked the surface of the earth for what he have achieved. Look at Allah Ta'ala. What does Allah say? Rasul Sallallahu say, Inna Allah yu'ayyidu hadha ad-deen bi rajulil fajir. That when Allah Ta'ala want to assist His deen, Allah will assist His deen. Allah don't need us. Allah will even use the fujjar, the people who transgress against Allah Ta'ala. The criminals Allah will use to aid Allah's deen. Ajib. These are people that commit shirk with Allah every day. They prove that Muhammad ﷺ is the most influential person who ever walked the surface of the earth. This should teach us a lesson. Weather is shaking us. Weather should be Allahu Akbar opportunity for us to turn to Allah. Every opportunity that arises should be in a Muslim's life. This is an opportunity for me to turn to Allah and gain closeness to Him Jalla Jalaluhu, because this is His signs. This is His signs that He shows us to grow closer to Him Jalla Jalaluhu fi ula. We are in the month of Muharram, Jama'at al-Muslimin. And Sayyidina Jabir radiallahu anhu, Rasulullah sallallahu said, he mentions, whoever expands his expenditure on his family on the day of Ashura. And this is important. You know, how many of us, we give so much out there. We are willing to spend everywhere, we outreach in everywhere. But when it comes to our own households, Allah, we are the bukhala. We are extremely stingy when it comes to our family members. Your wife asks you for something now, astaghfirullah, weeg jy al te? No, but it's only a 10 rand for bread. Oh, Allah Akbar, ek gister brood gekoop he. I bought bread yesterday. Yeah, but you've got 5 kids like myself. Hulle eat a brood and in one meal the bread is done. Subhanallah. 3 brode. 10 rand is half a loaf also, subhanallah. But we need to expand on our expenditure. Give, inshallah, in the cause of Allah Ta'ala. Right, on the day of Ashura, Allah Ta'ala will increase His sustenance for the rest of that year. Can you imagine? Now, how much faith do we have in the words of the best of Allah's creation, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? He says, spend that day on your family. Take your family out. Buy toys for your kids. Right? Buy food for the home. Buy and treat your wife. Go to a restaurant. Go and spend on your family. And the nice thing about spending on the family is what? It is not only a sadaqah on the day. Spending on the family, it's a sadaqah on the day. And what do you benefit also? Silatul Rahim. Bringing family members together. Right? Creating a love and developing a love among your family members. That is amazing. And Allah Ta'ala's Messenger says, if you spend on the family, you get 2 rewards, not only 1. If you give sadaqah outside, it's just a charity that you give. And you will be rewarded for the charity. But if you spend on your family, you get the reward of a charity and you get the reward of Silatul Rahim. And the one who makes Silatul Rahim, Allah makes Silah with him. Allah join ties with that person. So the moment you give to your family, no, you're making Silatul Rahim, Allah Ta'ala at that moment also bonds with you and joins with you because Allah wants you close to Him. Jalla Jalal fi ula. Allah allow us the understanding of this hadith. Sayyidina Sufyan ibn Uyayna radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that I have been doing this for 50 to 60 years and have always seen the benefit in it. Sufyan ibn Uyayna is one of the muhaddithun, prominent one who is one of the narrators of a hadith from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Right? He says that I've done this, listening to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that spend on the day of Ashura, and for 50 to 60 years of my life I've done this and I've never been disappointed. I've seen the benefit of this. Allahu Akbar. How many times in the year we cry to Allah, Ya Allah, by your swa my kanta. Think about it. Did I spend on Ashura? Because Allah promised through the words of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you spend on that day in your family, I will sort out your sustenance for the entire year. So this year, how do you spend? You don't spend because Maulana said. Don't do that, then it's not right. You spend because I want to spend for the sake of Allah and my family. Be genuine about it. Don't spend, schat, dis swaaf is na vandag, but ek must spend because Maulana het gesê. No, not like that. Spend because of the words of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because you have faith in your Creator Jalla Jalaluhu fi ula, that He is going to open up my pathway for the entire year. And may Allah accept it from us, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless. Tomorrow we have, inshallah, Mawlana Mas'ud is here. Mawlana Mas'ud will give us a talk tomorrow. Mawlana Mas'ud is one of the young graduates of Mawlana Taha Quran School, mashallah. Only last year, he's fresh. Oh, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's no madrasa. Inshallah, when it's madrasa again. Allah bless, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.